and Feeling Your Best at Any Age channel on YouTube. Just stopping by with what I hope is a short video where I'm talking yet again about how I try to look and feel my best at any age, which just so happens to be 51. I cannot believe I'm over a half a century, which my kids love to remind me. But even though I'm trying to cover the gray, as I've shown you in a few of my previous videos, I'm still really 51, as evidenced by the fact that I have to get a colonoscopy in the next few months, which I do not want, but you have to use wisdom. That's one of the ways that I think that we can look and feel our best at any age. To get the required doctor's appointments, get your teeth cleaned, you know, get your blood pressure checked. If you're like 40 or above or have symptoms, you should get a mammogram. And like I said, that goofy colonoscopy, I'm going to definitely do it because I want to use wisdom and use the information that I have and the technology that's available. So that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. And then secondly, as you may have heard me talk about in the previous videos, covering the gray. And that's one of the things I'm still contending with until I go to get permanent color applied, which I'm hoping to do maybe next week or the week after at the very latest. And I can't really tell, but I know that there are some edges. Oh, actually, if I look in the mirror behind the camera, I can touch up the gray that I'm seeing. And this is still from the spray that I put on where you guys saw my hair in a twist set. For those of you who may not know what the heck some goofy twist set is what you do like to give your hair texture when your hair doesn't really have any texture and tends to dry up like a bird's nest, which is what my hair does when I wash it. And if I were to let it air dry, when it was relaxed, if I let it air dry, it would just be straight. But now that I have mostly natural hair, my hair draws up like a bird's nest, and my curl pattern tends to be kink, not curls. And the fact that you're seeing like a little bit of curls on the end is because I actually did the twist set, and that's why my hair was like in all those goofy sections when you saw me spray it with the what is it called? L'Oreal's Hair Root Cover-Up, which is just such a godsend. It's the best $10.99 that I've ever spent. In fact, it was on sale for $9.49 or $9.99 maybe at the grocery store, and I was very happy to buy another one. I think it might do with just a little quick spray, and this is even with me. I'm sorry, I'm going to back up because I hate the smell, and I don't want it to be in my lungs in any way. Okay, all right, but anyway, usually I'm in the bathroom with the exhaust fan going and I leave the room. But anyway, what I was going to say was this is even with me working out over the last 3 or 4 days on the treadmill for 80 minutes, you know, where I have to use 2 washcloths in order to absorb all the sweat that I'm doing and doing floor work, you know, like push-ups, as well as jumping rope and jumping jacks. Sit-ups and working with weights and stuff. I mean, I'm really trying to stay ahead of this this middle age thing. And so, but the point of that is that the sweat, you know, you would think that it would cause most of it to run, but I think for the most part it's sweat resistant. It's just my edges that, because you know my face is actually wet, the edges are the ones that suffer the brunt of you know, of the running. And so you might see like a little tint of black or tinge of black on my washcloth. But other than that, the L'Oreal Hair Root Cover-Up doesn't really run. It will get on your clothes, so you need to be careful. In fact, I have a black cap that I just put over my head, like I pull it back in a bun or in a little pineapple bun, and then I put the black cap on over before I take off, you know, tight neck dresses or shirts. So other than that, it's just such a win-win proposition for someone who's trying to look and feel the best at any age. And then the other 2 winners that that I have going on that I'd love to recommend. Oh, did I mention the fact that this is Kiss? It's a product by Kiss called Quick Cover Root Touch-Up, which I love to call hair mascara. And so you might hear me sometimes talking about the fact that it's hair mascara, but this is the actual brand that I use, which you could find at other beauty supply stores, which in fact, that's what I'm going to do when I'm out today. I'm going to hightail it to the beauty supply store in order to get at least 2 or 3 of those. They're like about $5, so I'm going to get at least 3, especially since I'm not going to be going to the hair salon within a week's time, as well as going out of town. So I'm trying to be cute and, like I said, look young and try to fool somebody. But the other 2 things that I can mention in terms of fooling somebody is because I'm on the treadmill so much, and even before I was an avid exerciser, my knees used to bother me. So if your knees bother you, evening primrose oil, it doesn't have to be the expensive kind. This is Nature's Bounty that I find in my local grocery store that you can use. I take it 3 times a day, and so I'm definitely, even though I'm out of town for the next few days, I'm going to make sure that I still take it 3 times a day so that, you know, my knees are as comfortable as they normally can be. And then, finally, you may have noticed that my nails are kind of jacked up because I'm fooling around with my afro. You might want to try Essie's. I mentioned this in the Manicure on the Go as well. I use Essie's nail polish, and I keep one in the car, one in my purse, and then I touch up my nail color on my hands and on my toes so I can be cute wherever I go. So anytime you see my nails chipped, like in the videos, just know that when I get in the car, before I go, I'm going to touch them up. And so even though it's not like a professional salon, like gel thing, 1, your hands are not exposed to the ultraviolet light, which Dr. Oz says ages them. 2, you're not spending $40+. 3, you're not spending at least 2 hours in the salon, which I hate. I just have no use for that anymore. So by the time you buy this for $8.99, like maybe 3 or 4 times a year, I think I come out ahead with cost. So it just depends on what you prefer, but this is one of the ways that I look and feel my best at any age. So hopefully that helps somebody out there with any of the many tips that I've mentioned. And so looking forward to hearing your comments, your thoughts. Be sure to check out my website, which is www.yourbestataanyage.com, as well as the blog that I have out there. Would love your comments. Feel free to like or subscribe. I'd love to have you join the conversation. But until then, have an absolutely wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.